We would like to apologize for missing out on last week, but we had family over. So without further ado, here's another part of A Twist in Time. Enjoy. Konoha's 44th training ground, more commonly referred to as the Forest of Death, was an enormous arena filled with looming forests, streams, mossy terrain, and was contained by tall chains. Along the fence was a series of gates, one for each participating team, which served as a one-way ticket to the second exam. Once you passed through the gate, there was no getting out, unless you made it to the tower in the middle of the arena with two scrolls, one heaven and one earth. Team 7 was entering the exam with a heaven scroll, which means that in order to pass the exam, steal an earth scroll from another team, make it to the tower in one piece. The teams were likely to keep their scrolls close to their persons, so the most feasible way to steal them was by force, either snatch it from an opponent in close combat, or pummel until they were forfeit, or died. I'll hold it. Sasuke said under his breath when they were handed a scroll while standing at the designated gate. Sakura and Naruto agreed, reluctantly on Naruto's part. Sasuke slipped it into his weapon holster. Then a final message sounded over the intercom system, followed by a blaring siren that indicated the start of the exam. Sakura's heart pounded in her chest as the gate opened with a series of accelerated clicks, and as soon as he had enough space to fit through, Team 7 raced into the arena without a backwards glance. Sheer adrenaline took hold then. Sakura's legs pumped through the trees at full speed. Surroundings were a huge blur of green and brown, and the further they pushed on, the darker the blur became. Sakura needed to ensure her team passed with flying colors. She was going to secure that hospital permit. 7 didn't need to put on a show. They simply needed to be strategic and efficient. It was the third exam. During the one-on-one matches, Dizzy focused on making it impressive for the spectator. For now, they just needed to find an Earth Scroll and get the hell out of this forest. Naruto was currently in the lead, his orange jacket flapping behind him, running determinedly forwards. But after 2 minutes of aimless sprinting, Sakura was close on his tail. Started wondering where exactly he was leading them. She wasn't feeling tired yet, but she knew a thing or two about energy conservation. Wasn't keen to expend so much that they didn't have to. Sakura opened her mouth to call out to her teammate. Now out of nowhere, he skidded to a halt. This triggered a chain of events. Sakura hadn't been far behind Naruto, slammed into his back. Sasuke, who had been far behind Sakura, slammed into her back. Though Sakura had been working on her physique for the past few months, Sasuke was still quite a bit bigger and heavier than she was. So the impact caused her to slam into Naruto again, sent him flying face first into the ground with a loud oof! Sasuke had caught her by the fabric of her back. Hey! Naruto splattered through the mouthful of dirt. Watch where you're going! Watch where I'm going! Sakura shot backwards to regain her balance. Why did you stop like that? She pulled out a knife and whirled around. Did you spot an enemy? I gotta take a leak. Naruto whined as he sprang to his feet and hopped around with his legs squeaked together. Serious. Sasuke groaned, rubbing his temples. Hurry up. We can't stand around here. Yeah, Naruto said, rolling his eyes. He hobbled to a nearby bush and unzipped his pants. Sakura covered her face with her hands. Naruto, please. She sighed, not in front of death of her. This scene felt awfully familiar. If her memory serves her correctly, they let Naruto wander off on his own in this very spot. Stay here, she whispered to her teammates as he crept past Naruto and into the thick brush. Naruto shrugged and proceeded to unzip his pants as originally planned. What? Sasuke asked, looking utterly perplexed by his sheer Chun-Chin's demeanor. Cover me, she hissed, creeping forwards, her kunai poised. Yes, this spot looked familiar indeed. This is the very place where Naruto was ambushed when he took the exams in a previous life, by a ninja from the Hidden Rain village. She continued her stealthy trek, pulling branches aside and treading softly on the leaves and twigs beneath their feet. If the Rain Ninja was planning to attack like last time, he had to be right around here somewhere. Then something gripped her ankle. Sakura gasped and glanced down to find a hand emerging directly from the ground, its fingers tightly curled around the base of her leg. Sakura cursed that she had totally forgotten about these Rain Ninja's unusual earthly technique abilities. They were able to pass through and hide within solid objects, including the ground, trees, and rocks, without disrupting the surrounding area. Pairing this technique with masking his chakra signature would make hiding a ninja nearly impossible to find, and impossible to anticipate an attack from. Sakura punched Chakra into her foot in an attempt to blast the hand off her. But a kunai pierced clean through the wrist and was spurted blood, forcing the hand to let her go. Sasuke leaped down from the tree he had been watching from and pulled out another kunai. Naruto barreled through the tree, zipping up his pants. "Hey, what's going on?" he yelled as he reached behind his teammates. The Rain Ninja made his appearance by fully emerging from the ground, snarling and cradling an injured arm. He looked exactly how Sakura remembered him in a pale yellow jumpsuit with stitching down the middle, a fork that covered his entire head, white sash wrapped around his face with slits for eye holes, and a rebreather mask. Naruto took a swing at the Rain Ninja. He rolled out of reach just in time, clenching his bleeding wrist. "Who the hell are you?" Naruto growled fiercely, while closing his bite to strike again. Sasuke and Sakura stood on either side of their teammate, drawing fistful of weapons in preparation for a fight. But none came. The Rain Ninja soundlessly sprang into the trees and disappeared from view, apparently retreating. Smart guy, Sakura thought. He wouldn't stand a chance at close quarters combat, especially now he's injured. Memories were flying back to her now. Team 7 had fought this very ninja and his team at the end of the second life. These opponents were notorious for using clones and long-range suits to wear their enemies down before beginning to pick them off. It was a rather smart strategy to use, particularly because their hand-to-hand combat skills, frankly, sucked. The trick to defeat ninjas like this was to lure them out into the open and attack before they had time to summon clones or cast a Genjutsu in the first place. "He's back here!" Naruto yelled, moving to follow the Rain Ninja. But Sasuke stuck out an arm to stop Naruto from advancing. "He's alone," Sasuke said, using his Sharingan to scan the perimeters. "There's no point in following. He's probably just scouting out the area without a scroll on him." Sasuke's arm aside. "Who cares?" he fumed. "It just means one of his teammates has it, and if we follow him, we can fight them for it now." Sakura sighed as he ran her hand through her hair, short pink hair. She wasn't so sure engaging in battle at the very start of the exam was a smart idea. "Let's not pick a fight with every ninja we encounter, Naruto. We need to come up with a plan." She paused. "I say, we get as far from the gate as possible, find the tower, pick out the teams with both scrolls before they make it inside." "The tower?" Sasuke repeated, shooting Sakura a disbelieving stare. "The exam just started. There's no point going there until we have the scrolls." Sakura gritted her teeth. "Well, what do you suggest?" "We find sources of food and water." Sasuke stepped back, since he was a lunatic for thinking otherwise. He had a point, but this wasn't Sakura's first time in the arena. She knew what strategies work. It would be more valuable to secure a spot near the tower, she protested, before the other teams set up traps to ambush us. Let's set up our own. Sasuke frowned. "We'll tire her out before we get there." "That's what I picked soldier pills for!" Sakura glared at her severed teammate. They could trap a team with an earth scroll near the exit. They could finish this exam before the day was over. She knew Team 7 was strong enough to finish this exam early. Only had memorized every second in this arena. "Hurry up! Let's get him while he's injured!" Sasuke and Sakura exchanged a wide-eyed look. "Looks like Naruto made up his mind while we were arguing." "I swear, Sakura, you and Sasuke are right now at the..." Sakura glanced up just in time to glimpse her tiny blonde mate disappearing through high branches in pursuit of the retreating Rain Ninja. "Well, I guess we're fighting now." Sasuke seethed before propelling himself into the trees. "You've got to be kidding me!" Sakura grumbled before following suit. Well, it seems Sakura's strategy of planning an ambush near the tower would have to wait. Thankfully, when seeing Sasuke caught up to Naruto, he was concealing himself high above the trees in the Rain Ninja rendezvous point. She perched herself onto the branch next to Naruto and glanced down at their soon-to-be opponents, seemed oblivious to the princesses so far. Good. She preferred heading towards the tower and avoiding combat just yet. Team 7 had a distinct advantage from the stealthy position high up in the trees. Rain Ninja's real bodies were in plain sight below them, so as long as they struck ninjas before they had time to hide among the clones, Team 7 had this in the bag. No doubt that her team had the physical strength to win if he timed their attack just right. After all, this time around, Team 7 was a force to be reckoned with. Sasuke, given his infamous bloodline and abilities of both lightning and fire-release techniques, was a powerhouse in his own right. And Naruto, although a little clumsy and impulsive at times. At times! You forget, this is not Shippuden Naruto! And the most stamina brute strength of the trio. Both boys presumably had much better chakra control, now that he had been training with Sakura and Hinata respectively. Sakura knew that she too was a worthy opponent, despite her young body's shortcomings. Not only was he proficient in medical ninjutsu, but he was smarter, stronger, and more resourceful with her chakra than she was before. Hey, maybe Naruto's plan wasn't so bad after all. Considering how last time they were in the Forest of Death, Team 7 had spent most of the exam running from enemies. It felt pretty good to be on the offensive. Sakura cast a meaningful look at her teammates. They exchanged a nod, and then they sprung out the branch, descending towards their unsuspecting opponents below. Excellent. Sakura thought as she hurled through the air, gripping the handles of two kunai between her fingers. The three rain ninjas looked identical from this angle, with their matching yellow jumpsuits, masks, and headgear. Naruto, who never made much of his fuss over using stealth, descended the fastest. Only when he was 10 feet above the rain ninjas did they clue in they were being ambushed. Kakari! Meppy! One of the ninjas shouted to alert his teammates, and all they started melting to the ground before them. Sakura cursed. They're getting away! She yelled. It's that damn earthly technique again. They're planning to hide their bodies in solid earth and out of reach. Not I can help it, Naruto growled, taking hold of one of the rain ninja's legs before it advanced, and yanking him out of the ground. Ah! The ninja cried. Naruto swung through the air to a nearby tree with a crash. The trunk snapped clean in two, and the ninja Naruto close onto his tail. The other two rain ninjas would be harder to catch. They were nearly entirely submerged to the ground by the time Sasuke and Sakura landed. The ground, Sakura! Sasuke called. Sakura was already charging up her hands with chakra. She slammed both her clenched fists to the ground, creating a miniature earthquake and uprooting chunks of earth in the process. This service created enough of a distraction for Sasuke to launch several circuits into her exposed body parts. One of the ninjas managed to get away, albeit injured. The other had several weapons embedded in his back and wasn't so lucky. He froze his shock when he was hit. In that moment, Sasuke managed to grab a hold of his jumpsuit collar, and wind up delivering the finishing blow. And then Naruto appeared, slammed his palm into the ninja's chest, sending him back first into the hard earth. The ninja cried when the shuriken was pushed deeper into his flesh on impact. Sakura took a moment to observe the scene. Naruto used his palm to take out the enemy. His palm. Not a shadow clone. Not a ridiculously powerful punch, but a deliberate, calculated strike to a final point on his enemy's body. So he has been working on a gentle fist technique with Hinata after all. Sakura thought with a smirk. Surely this new skill will change the nature of his fighting for the better, and also improve his confidence. Naruto looked positively thrilled that the blow had been so effective. Not only had he taken out one enemy, but two of them in less than a minute. Naruto, where's the other guy? Sakura asked when it dawned to her the first ninja Naruto attacked was nowhere in sight. Unconscious, he replied, looking quite pleased with himself. His mask was knocked off when I slammed into the tree. He didn't wake up after that. Nice, Sasuke said, nodding over with approval. It was only made Naruto glow with pride even more. Go searching for the scroll. I'll check this guy, he said, beckoning towards the newly fallen victim on the ground. Sakura, cover us in case the third one attacks. And as Naruto disappeared through the brush once again, Sasuke lowered himself over the enemy, who was cowering in pain. The third guy could be anywhere now. In a rock, tree, the ground, thanks to his earth-release technique. But he was sustaining injuries from Sasuke's weapons, placing the ninja at a huge disadvantage. He'd be an idiot to attack us for close range, Sakura thought, carefully scanning the area for any sign of movement. He's outnumbered, unless he uses clones. Raiki told rustling from somewhere behind her. She peered over her shoulder just in time to cast sight of two gruesome bodies, apparently growing right out of a tree trunk. Sakura's breath caught her throat as he whirled around, drawing weapons and preparing to strike the eerie intruders. But upon careful examination, Sakura realized that these weren't normal clones. Also, a fiery projectile blasted a hole in one of the body's arms. Sakura turned to find that Sasuke was down on his feet with eyes trained on the clones. What's out? He yelled, making hand seals to send more fireballs in his direction. Hold on! He called back, raising a warning hand. Don't attack them! I'll just... But Sakura didn't need to say anything more, because that was when the clone Sasuke had just attacked Saikatorni. Out of the gaping hole in his shoulder, a new growth of dark, muddy flesh emerged. He's multiplying! Sasuke finally noticed. It was twisting in disgust as the growth sprouted arms and attached itself with a grizzled body in a slimy, dripping mess. Yeah, Sakura said, balling her fist with frustration. This is called a Miss-Servant technique. Those clones are dead weights that multiply each time we attack them. There's no use fighting or we'll just tire out. Damn it. Sasuke cursed. The guy I searched for didn't have to scroll on him. No scroll here either! Naruto's voice rang out before he emerged from the bushes. You, where are those? Yeah, when he caught sight, it's disfigured mud claws and crossing into a defensive position. Don't touch them, Sakura scolded as the clone started to fancy like zombie-like structure. Let's keep the fighting. The real body isn't here. What are you supposed to do? Just let him attack us? Naruto whined, sizing up the clones. For now, yes. Sasuke decided. This earned him surprised looks from above his teammates. Naruto, entertain them. Sakura, follow me. Sakura didn't have a chance to question his thinking, because then Sasuke disappeared into the forest behind them. What? So he heard Naruto roar as he followed suit, trusting that Sasuke had some sort of plan. So he went up high into trees, overlooking the bow, where Naruto was fending off the growing army of mud clones with several of his own doppelgangers. Don't move. He hissed under his breath when Sakura lay there. Missing controlling clones? A short while later, Sakura followed her teammate's gaze to the tree he was indicating. The Rain Ninja was nowhere in sight, but Sasuke's eyes must have took that. Sasuke sprang down. Finally! It's about time you helped me out, bastard! As he heard Naruto groan from below. As distracted, Sakura, carefully masking herself in the branches. Although Sasuke appeared to be joining Naruto in the fight, he was instantly towards the tree he pointed out to Sakura. Ah, I see what he's doing. Sasuke was trying to look like he had his guard down and hoped it would draw the opponent out into the open. And it worked. Shortly after Sasuke landed, Sakura spied a great hand gripping a kunai emerged from the base of the truck. Bingo! Hand pulled back, preparing to lodge the knife between Sasuke's shoulder blades. That was when Sakura enacted her part of the plan. Sarano! She launched herself into the trunk, feet first, shattering into pieces on impact, propulsion of the tree pummeling into the forest. Rain Ninja dropped the kunai, froze just long enough for Sasuke to spin around, pull him out, hunk of wood, and shower splinters. Sasuke gripped the Rain Ninja by the throat, and thrust him against a neighboring trunk. This is a scroll! Take it! The ninja choked through his rebreather mask. Sasuke cast Sakura a meaningful look, as he nodded, and pressing the ninja to take his scroll away, while Sasuke pinned him down firmly. As he neared the incapacitated body, something strange happening. Instead of scanning his body for the scroll, she found herself visualizing, charging her fists, all the chakras she could muster, and slamming them right into his chest. It's like she had too much chakra all of a sudden, and it needed to be released. The very idea of doing so, releasing the full extent of her power, felt intoxicating. But why? Was this just the post-rush battle talking? Was this an instinct to declare the fight over once and for all? But the fight was over. The last standing Rain Ninja was now totally helpless and surrounded. He even surrendered his team's scroll. The battle was as good as won. So what was going on? Why was he feeling this euphoric, boiling urge to harm this man for no good reason? She was a healer, for goodness sake. Nurse like this was totally illogical and counterproductive. Sakura. Sasuke's voice cut through her thoughts. Sakura's head snapped up to find that Sasuke was watching her with eyebrows furrowed, clearly having detected that something was off. Take the scroll, he repeated. Right, she said, ignoring the pull of her uncharacteristically violent desires. She searched the ninja's weapon pouch and jumpsuit and found a scroll concealed in the zippered pocket in the fabric's lining. The clone freaks are gone! Naruto trumpeted as he raced over to join his teammates. Once he had celebratory fists in the air. Good job, team! Yeah. Sasuke agreed when Sakura had the scroll in her grasp. Release the Rain Ninja. collapsed to the ground in a heap. Sasuke turned his attention to the defeated enemy. Go tend to your teammates, he ordered. They're alive, but need care. Yes! Ninja responded before scrambling to his feet and retreating to his trees. Ha! You're so soft! Naruto laughed, having Sasuke on the back. Shut up. Sasuke growled Sakura. Scroll lizards. She pursed her lips. Heaven. Sakura answered before tucking the scroll into her weapon holster. Crap! Naruto grumbled. Well, that's bad luck. We got 2 of them. Sakura opened her mouth to explain how possessing an extra heaven scroll was still handy for bargaining purposes. The devils, once he heard a discerning rustling in the branches above. All 3 of their heads snapped up. Let's get out of here, Sasuke hissed. His eyes narrowed. Wordlessly, Team 7 turned away and booked it towards the shelter of the forest. Damn! How didn't I think of this before? Sakura thought, cursing her stupidity. She knew battling so near the start of the exam was unwise for energy conservation purposes. She hadn't thought the unwanted attention might draw. God knows how many spectators have been watching their fight from the shadows. Now that the teams are victorious in the fight, they just made themselves targets of any team in these scrolls. At this point, in the exam was everybody. Naruto suddenly cried, stumbling face first into the mossy ground. Naruto! Sakura gasped, skidding to a halt. She spun around to expect her fallen teammate. What happened? Got hit, he sputtered, while his head wincing. Sakura's trained eyes scanned her injuries. It didn't take long to spot the needles protruding from his arms and back. Senbon? That was all Sakura had time to process of the situation before Sasuke yelled, Get down! Threw herself onto the fat of her back, knocking the breath out of her, pressing her firmly to the ground beside Naruto. New Barraza Senbon whirled past. Shit! Looks like we're being pursued. Regardless of how strong this new enemy was, they all depleted enough chakra against the rain ninjas to put them at a disadvantage in a fresh battle. Right now, more than anything, they needed to take shelter, hide and recover, for even thinking of engaging in a fight with anyone else. Not only was she low in chakra, but Sakura started to feel lightheaded. This was terribly inconvenient. Given her persistent sandwich to the ground in the middle of an ambush they desperately needed to get away from, somehow. Sasuke's spine clenched against her, starting to barrage. You hit? Sakura choked out. She twisted her face to the side to spit out a mouthful of dirt. She was scraping against the ground. It was almost impossible to move all of Sasuke's weight on her back. Ugh! He groaned, his breath shaking. She took his affirmative answer. Then he stirred, peering over her shoulder or any side of the immediate attack. He seemed determined that the coast was clear. Because then he sprang onto all fours, grabbed Naruto's arm and Sakura's waist, dragged him behind a tree to their left. Okay, Naruto? Sasuke asked as he climbed to their feet, while pulling out Neo's arm with a dribble of blood. Yeah, Naruto grumbled, rubbing the back of his neck and glancing at the spot he had just been laying. Now what? I'll create a diversion, Sasuke said hurriedly. He started back and forth between his teammates. You guys start running. Naruto opened his mouth to protest. Another shadow of Neo's rushed past him, striking the earth from nearby trees. Go! Crouching low against the tree and nodding towards the forest ahead of them. Okay, Naruto answered, taking hold of Sakura's hand. Let's go, Sakura-chan! He cried, and pulling him forward. Sakura stumbled and collapsed to her knees. But that was when she felt a pulse, rocking up her spine and pulling her skull. She let out a breathless scream and grabbed her head as the world started spinning in and out of focus. Sakura-chan! Another pulse, and everything went black. A dim light appeared in the periphery when Sakura opened her eyes. Everything was so frightfully fuzzy, and dark she couldn't discern any of the shapes in her surroundings. Sakura, are you with me? Her chest tightened. That voice! Or are you there? Sakura blinked rapidly when she realized she was being cradled in someone's arms. There was a face hovering directly over her, and a hand pressed to her neck. Pulse. Sakura, can you hear me? Tsunade-sama. Sakura-chan! Sakura's eyes snapped up into a world that was so blindingly bright, she quickly seized them tight again. The sound of rusty water and chirping crickets became audible as a cool, bar-side breeze tickled her skin. Sakura-chan, are you awake? She prayed to open her eyes once more. This time, the light wasn't quite as harsh. She appeared to be at a campsite where her back propped up against a tree trunk, facing a blurry orange sunset with a small stream encased by trees. She met the bright blue eyes of her dearest friend, with an expression of so expectant a rival of a begging dog. Naruto? As he started to regain her bearings. Right. This is the force of death. She placed a shaky hand on her neck. She apparently dreamed someone was taking her pulse. Someone whose voice sounded an awful lot like Tsunade's. Weird. You are awake! Naruto beamed, swimming to her efficiently. Jeez, when you smashed your head on a rock, you went out cold. Carrying you all the way over here and couldn't get you to wake up at all. That's right. You were being pursued. Sakura's mind was flooded with questions. What happened to the enemies? What rock? Where's Sasuke? She asked as her heart started hammering in her chest. There was when something soft and wet hit her face with a warm splat. Ugh! What? Sakura gasped, scrambling to pry the object off. Only to discover it was a soaked cloth. There's cast, said a familiar voice. Sakura sighed with relief as their other teammate came into view, grabbing 3 dead rabbits by the bases of their ear. What happened? Where are we? Without your head, Sasuke said sharply, ignoring her questions. Unless you're well enough to heal yourself. Oh, right, she answered uncertainly, placing the white cloth onto her head where, now she focused on it, was actually throbbing like hell. You fell down and slammed your head on a rock while we were escaping. Naruto explained, easing onto the ground forever. So I carried you away as fast as I could and found shelter. Then Sasuke, how did you? Sakura turned to Sasuke by interrupted. I scattered corrosive exploding tags. He said while arranging logs and stones into a fire pit. Then I set the place on fire and left. He stopped falling after that, so I think I got him. Sakura nodded, relieved by its quick thinking. Then we found this place, Naruto continued. We already set up traps and stuff, so we'll probably stay the night. How long was I out for? Sakura asked, raising her eyebrows. It all felt like a 3-second blur. Few hours. Naruto answered with a shrug, and Sakura gasped and kept down. He didn't much once we got away. See, I was already healed. Yeah, while rolling up the sleeves of his jacket to expose his entirely scarfing arms. But that's fair, too. Sakura smiled. That's great. Under normal circumstances, she would not inspect his back. But she knew the Nine-Tails Fox chakra could patch up minor injuries like senbon punctures in no time. And you, Sasuke? She asked in the direction of her teammate, who just stood up with empty water canteens in hand. I'm fine. Deadpan turned towards the stream. Show me then. Sakura called back. Though Sasuke had quite an advanced skill set, there was nothing particularly special about his body to speed up his healing process. He suffered from physical wounds as badly as any other human being did, but he was determined stubborn to hide this fact. Naruto laughed and rose to his feet. Just let her heal you. I'll get the water. He then snatched the canteens out of Sasuke's hand and proceeded towards the stream. You'll be a burden to our team if you're injured. He had over his shoulder in a mocking tone. Sakura had to suppress a chuckle at hearing one of Sasuke's sinister lines coming from the goofy blonde. Sasuke didn't move from his spot by the fire for a moment. Then he caught Sakura's victorious smirk and narrowed his eyes. Fine. He snapped. Only if you fix your head first. Sakura obliged and proceeded to pump medical chakra through her temples, until throbbing and bruises had faded. Sasuke continued preparing the fire. He explained that they shouldn't cook the rabbits until the morning when they were ready to move, lest they draw on the enemy's fire's light and set while they slept. So, what happened there? Sasuke asked shortly after he settled himself down next to Sakura and pulled off his shirt, while staring determinedly ahead. I don't know, Sakura answered honestly while surveying his bare skin for injuries, and trying, as hard as she possibly could, to focus on her medical duty, and not on how fairly attractive her teammate looked right now. The sun had set a little further in a blend of oranges and pinks, casting long shadows on the campsite, highlighting the definiteness of Sasuke's well-conditioned arms and torso. It's hard to explain. Just try. Prompted. Sakura sighed as she removed her black gloves and slipped into her medical pouch, placed her hands on his arm, which bore 3 Senbon puncture wounds. She absentmindedly wondered, as he often did, how someone who breathed fire could feel so cold. Something's happening to me, but I don't know what. She explained quietly, glancing around to find that Naruto was still nowhere in sight. Sakura! There was an inherent feeling of vulnerability in closing personal information, particularly when it was he was disclosing information to be comfortable with. He raised his eyebrows, encouraging her to continue. This is the first hole in his arm was closed. We were holding that rain ninja against a tree. Press him off. She mumbled. For some odd reason, it felt like she was revealing something embarrassing. Sasuke took a pause. That's it? He asked slowly. That's what you're trained to do. I know that, but why did you get away so easily, huh? If we're trained to finish our enemies off. She asked, her voice phrasing slightly. She shifted her persistence so she could work on his back. Thankfully, it was in much better shape than it could have been. There weren't any punctures to close his spine, which spared him of central nervous system damage. There were only 2 holes near his right shoulder blade and another in his lower back. And horrible shot for not hitting any vital parts on the enemies. Either that, or he wasn't intending to hurt them in the first place. Sasuke spoke then. His voice was barely audible. I hate killing, he said. His face was invisible for Sakura's position behind him, but she noticed the muscles in his back tense. Briefly, but enough to signal he just revealed to her was causing him discomfort. Unless I have to, he added, shaking his head slightly. Don't you dare tell Naruto. Sakura lowered her hands. Now, this was news to her. Sasuke Uchiha, world-renowned, deadly villain, hated killing. Well, I'd like to point out, for as much as people talk about Sasuke's crimes, blah, 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 his death toll really only counts for a bunch of samurai and Danzo. Regardless of whether Itachi killed them of his own free will or on orders, he forced Sasuke to witness more death than most ninjas would see in a lifetime when he was only a child. Not just any deaths, but the deaths of his family members. Did this have anything to do with the sleeping pills he was taking? Did an ninja lifestyle take a greater toll on him than he let on? The more she knew he was doing, Sakura wrapped her arms around his teammate's shoulders, pressed herself against his back. She apparently caught Sasuke off guard when he grabbed her arms. You're supposed to be healing me, he grumbled. This is part of your treatment. She answered, smiling against the base of his neck. She could practically feel Sasuke roll his eyes at her comment. He was silent for a moment. Then he said, So, what else have happened before you fainted? An obvious attempt to change the subject, which he really couldn't blame him for. But Sakura did regrettably notice how quickly his heart was beating against her forearms. How he didn't let go of them yet. Certainly wasn't doing her own heart rate any good. I don't know, she admitted, sitting to rest her chin on her arm, parallel with his shoulder. Got really dizzy. I don't remember anything after that. Sakura opted to leave out the part about Tsunade's voice. It might be a little hard to explain, so he still wasn't sure as he dreamed it. Sasuke said, shaking his head again. You worry too much. What? She snapped, temper flaring slightly. But to his surprise, he flicked her forehead. She jumped and pulled back slightly. Thanks, Sakura. He said, finally trying to meet her gaze, and only a few inches away. Sakura watched him blankly, knowing the rings around his pupils, the contours of his lips, the fading blood smear on his cheek. What was he saying? Why was he looking at her like that? He jabbed her forehead again with 2 fingers, right between her furrowed eyebrows. Is he referencing my forehead? Well, what does it... Oh, that clicked. You mean... She breathed again with her hands to her face. The strength of a hunter. Could the reason for fainting spell have to do with proximity to unlocking it? It was feasible and could explain her The inexplicable urge to unleash her strength and her powers on an undeserving enemy. Her body might have known that she was only a few punches away from tapping into an enormous reserve of power. What about the voice she heard? That part didn't just stand out. A lot of crying. They were amusing. Guys, come here! Sakura sprang to her feet at the sound of her teammate's voice, and Sasuke followed suit. Keep it down, Naruto! Sasuke crawled towards the stream. Angry tone drastically quieted in his bloods. I'm serious! Hurry! Sasuke and Sakura exchanged a wide-eyed look before they raced to the direction of their teammate's voice. Sasuke pulling his shirt over his not-quite-healed body in the process. He found Naruto sitting near the ends of the current, white as a ghost. There's something in the water! He practically yelled, scurrying backwards to join his teammates. What? Sakura asked as Naruto threw his arms around her, peered back towards the water like a cowering animal. I don't know! He choked out. It grabbed me! Sakura froze. What the hell? Could be there were more muddy rain ninja clones down there? Alright then. Sasuke said, pulling out a weapon. Let's see what it is. Fired a kunai at the stream. A hand emerged from the water, caught the kunai effortlessly by the handle. All three of them jumped back with shock. The hand was ghostly white, with tiny black marks twisting along its wrist. Uh-oh.